This morning is part 4 of what is a Christian. And we saw on that first day how that followers of Jesus were referred to as believers, saints, and disciples, and only 3 times were they referred to as Christians, which led us to Acts chapter 11, where it said, and the disciples were first called Christians at Antioch. And so a Christian is someone who is saved by Christ. They have come to recognize their sinfulness and their need for forgiveness. They believe on Jesus, that he was the Son of God, and he died on the cross for our sins, and they have committed their lives to following Christ, and they have been saved by Christ. We go to the second day where we saw in Acts chapter 26 that a Christian is someone who stands for Christ. And in verse 28, Agrippa said, Paul, you almost persuade me to be a Christian, because Paul was standing with Christ before Agrippa, and he almost convinced him to be a Christian that day. Paul gave testimony as to how Christ had saved him. Do you see the progression? A Christian is someone who's saved by Christ, someone who stands with Christ or for Christ. Today in 1 Peter 4, we see that a Christian is someone who suffers with Christ. Over in chapter 16 of 1 Peter 4 says, but if anyone suffers as a Christian, let him do so and not be ashamed, but to glorify God in the same. You know, you won't hear that from TV preachers. They want to tell you how you can have your best life now, how you can be healed of all of your issues, how you can receive plenty of money. But that's not what Jesus said. Jesus said that if they persecuted me, they'll persecute you. And he said, in the world, you're going to have trouble, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Have you ever noticed that it's never the left wing, it's never the moderate Christian, it's never the liberal, but it's always the conservative Christian that's the problem. We've seen those examples with Tim Tebow and with Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty, and we even saw it in the Bible in Jesus' day, how they attacked him. Why is that? Because a Christian stands on God's word and speaks the truth. He calls sin, sin. Homosexuality is wrong. Drug abuse is wrong. Pornography is a scourge. Abortion is nothing more than murder, and the world hates us because of that. Beloved, I hope today that you are someone who is saved by Christ, stands for Christ, and suffers with Christ, because that's what it means to be a Christian.